mini museum inside of what was originally supposed to be office space. And part of what we've been very fortunate in bringing forward is an opportunity for our community in general, our students in particular, and of course our faculty and staff to be able to experience the importance of the preservation, definitely the cultivation, the respect, and a variety of different research-based opportunities so that we can actually talk about this global shared heritage in a practical way. So where you are now is inside of the Virgin Islands Caribbean Cultural Center, which is part of the College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences, one of my favorite paintings. This is what the old-time Estate LaGrange looked like. A lot of what's being preserved and public history narratives being written about at the National Park Service here on St. Croix is based on some of these experiences of enslaved Africans and then later on laborers in places like Estate LaGrange, which is actually on the western side. This particular piece is a rendition of the masquerade tradition. This is representative of what many of the enslaved Africans used in the form of dance, performance, etc., to be able to mask how they really felt about this experience, dance beyond the pain and the engagement, but use it as a tool for communication. So again, this is part of that history that's shared, some of the discourse that's covered when we start to talk about what was taking place in St. Croix during these times that all this maritime exchange was taking place. So we begin to utilize these art pieces. And this particular piece, why it stands out besides its cost, is because it's done by one of our treasured historic preservationists here, who happens to be an architect, and that's Jerville Larson. And he's a 6th generation Crucian that spends a significant amount of time contributing to how the architecture developed here. What were some of the skills, trades, talents, and expertise of the shipbuilders and the sailors on the island of St. Croix? What were some of the scientific engagements and the various construction building crafts that were done here? And one of the things that Jerville Larson has been instrumental to is offering us the architectural rendering and the history of the town of Christiansted, where the National Park Service's primary offices are here on St. Croix. For some persons, it's very, they'll say, me ain't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to talk about anything pre-1975. And they'll tell you that. They'll be specific on year. And so what we had to begin to do was to begin to utilize various cultural heritage arts and crafts to have the discussion, whether it was, well, let's talk about the fishing components and the industries that were prevalent. Let's talk about the various cultural foods and preparations that were customary back in the day that were shared. We had to start from something that was familiar and start from something that was comfortable, if you will, so that when we begin to talk about what were the socioeconomic conditions during those times, that we can at least begin to have that conversation with a little bit more of an engagement that did what? Kept the humanity intact.